silence at the heights. The wind slices across the rock. The golden eagle, wings spread wide, razor-sharp gaze, absolute ruler of the sky. Speed, precision, a lightning descent from the void. But in the mountains, not everything runs. The Alpine ibex. Balance, endurance, hooves that defy gravity. It survives by clinging to the edge. Here, the summit does not belong to the fastest, but to the one who never loses balance. Welcome to the Alps, the kingdom of predators that rule the Swiss mountains. Every like and subscribe you give is a huge motivation for us to keep creating better and higher quality content. Don't hesitate to leave a comment below. We'd love to know that this video has connected us. In your opinion, which animal is truly the ultimate apex predator in nature? Without keeping you waiting any longer, let's get started. When winter covers the land, the peaks around the Matterhorn become frozen fortresses. On vertical cliffs, the Alpine ibex defies gravity, climbing higher to avoid predators and search for rare patches of grass exposed under the snow. Below, in the white valleys, the chamois dashes across the slopes with surprising agility, even though deep snow slows every step. But every movement is observed. In the darkness, the Eurasian lynx stalks silently, its paws sinking into the snow without a sound. Above, the golden eagle spreads its wings, cutting through the sky, diving like an arrow toward the weakest. Winter here is relentless. Only the best adapted individuals can survive. Covering more than 60% of Swiss territory, the Swiss Alps are a national symbol where high mountains and deep valleys create a spectacular landscape. Although Switzerland only occupies about 14% of the total area of the European Alps, the country is home to 48 of the 82 peaks that exceed 13,000 feet, about 4,000 meters, and most of the remaining peaks are located within a few dozen kilometers of its borders. This is a land where time seems to stand still between ice and rock. The name Alps comes from the ancient Latin for white, evoking snowy peaks like icy crowns touching the sky. But the history of the Alps goes much deeper. About 65 million years ago, the incessant collision between the European and African tectonic plates pushed the sediments of the ancient Tethys Ocean upward, forming one of the most majestic mountain systems on the planet. With an average altitude of more than 6,500 feet, the Swiss Alps extend from the southwest to the northeast, forming the topographical backbone of the country. The Dufourspitze at 15,203 feet, rises like a giant in the middle of a sea of mountains. The Aletsch Glacier, 14 miles long and 46 square miles wide, is not only a natural wonder, but also the lifeblood of major rivers like the Rhone and the Rhine. Valleys like Zermatt and Lauterbrunnen have been deeply carved by glaciers over millions of years. Lauterbrunnen, with more than 70 waterfalls cascading from vertical cliffs, is a living testament to the persistent power of time and ice. Zermatt is located at the foot of the Matterhorn, where one of the world's most iconic mountains rises like a perfect pyramid. The Swiss Alps are also one of the regions with the greatest biodiversity in Europe. Tens of thousands of plant and animal species live here, many of which do not exist anywhere else. For every 328 feet of increase in altitude, the average temperature decreases by about 0.56 degrees Celsius, forming three clear climatic zones: the subalpine zone, the alpine zone, and the glacier zone. Each zone offers distinct habitats, from fresh pine forests and rich alpine meadows to the frozen world of the glaciers. Here, every day is a test of survival, where species must endure the relentless cold, clinging to the fragile hope of the warm months ahead. Summer in the Swiss Alps is the moment when life awakens. After a long winter, the melting snow from the highest peaks begins to flow through the valleys, creating crystal clear streams. The temperature ranges between 50 degrees Fahrenheit and 68 degrees Fahrenheit, 10 degrees Celsius and 20 degrees Celsius, in the low regions, providing warmth and energy to the entire ecosystem. Fields of wildflowers bloom in the vast meadows, creating a tapestry of vibrant colors. Melting ice from glaciers feeds the great rivers, transforming the valleys into rich habitats for wildlife. At altitudes ranging from 6,560 to 9,840 feet, summer in the Alpine zone of Switzerland reveals a landscape full of life. As the temperature rises, oscillating between 37 degrees Fahrenheit and 68 degrees Fahrenheit, 3 degrees Celsius and 20 degrees Celsius, the snow on the peaks begins to melt. High above, peaks like the Matterhorn and the Dufourspitze stand out with a timeless beauty. Now, the peaks are no longer locked in ice. They reflect the bright summer sun. The icy water flows rapidly toward the valleys, creating majestic waterfalls. It is the core of life. The lush meadows and flower-covered carpets, sustained by the meltwater from glaciers like the Morteratsch, draw a picturesque scene. This refreshing water supply not only creates serene beauty, but also provides a rich source of nutrition for the entire ecosystem. These meadows are an important source of food for the Alpine ibex, the iconic Swiss ibex, also known as the ibex of the Alps. In summer, they move to the steep cliffs to find fresh grass, herbs and shrubs. Their climbing prowess is amazing, the result of millions of years of evolution. With strong hooves and well-developed muscles, the ibex can easily grip surfaces only a few inches wide, reaching areas inaccessible to other animals. These almost vertical cliffs become a safe haven, protecting them from predators like the golden eagle and the Eurasian lynx. This characteristic gives these mountain goats a significant advantage in accessing areas with fresh grasses and shrubs, minimizing competition for food with other species. At the end of summer, males often leave the herds to engage in battles for dominance. The powerful headbutting of young males echoes through the mountains, creating a magnificent spectacle. These battles are not only a way to establish their rank in the herd, but also preparation for the upcoming mating season in autumn. Summer in the high mountains brings a busy but favorable period for the chamois. The alpine meadows are lush and full of life, providing an abundant source of food. The chamois takes full advantage of this time, moving through the steep cliffs to seek food in areas that few other animals can reach. Their exceptional climbing skills, thanks to their strong legs and perfectly adapted hooves, allow them to maintain a firm grip on slippery, rocky surfaces. Chamois live in small herds, which often include 15 to 30 individuals. The herd is well organized, led by strong males who guard the territory and control the areas with the most nutritious food sources. Toward the end of summer, competition among males increases as they begin to assert their strength to prepare for the autumn mating season. Females and young often move to safer areas, away from zones where the golden eagle or Eurasian lynx might be hunting. Constant vigilance is their survival strategy, especially when crossing open areas. A 2023 study by the University of Zurich showed that the chamois can reach speeds of up to 31 miles per hour, 50 kilometers per hour, on uneven terrain. This is a significant advantage that allows them to easily escape potential predators. The mountain hare also known by many other names such as blue hare, tundra hare, alpine hare and snow hare, symbolizes the amazing adaptation to the harsh environment of the Swiss Alps. With the arrival of summer, the mountain hare gradually sheds its white winter coat, replacing it with a brownish-grey colour. It blends into the rocky slopes and green meadows, almost disappearing into the wild landscape. During this time, grass, wildflowers and other nutritious plants become its main diet, helping it recover energy after the harsh winter. However, threats are always present. Predators like the golden eagle and Eurasian lynx are always on the prowl. The hare's change of coat is not only for camouflage, but also a way to deal with the intense summer sun. Its dense fur and ability to blend into the landscape help it survive in this challenging environment. At lower altitudes, ranging from 5,000 to 6,500 feet, 1,500 to 2,000 meters, the Swiss subalpine zone acts as a bridge between dense forests and lush alpine meadows. Summer temperature here ranges from 41 degrees Fahrenheit to 68 degrees Fahrenheit, allowing life to flourish again with budding trees and vegetation, creating a fresh natural landscape. Meltwater from the snow flows down the slopes, winding through forests of pine, fir and spruce. In the valleys, green meadows stretch out like a soft carpet. Crocuses and bluebells bloom in shades of purple and white, adding a poetic touch to the landscape. The dense pine and fir forests provide both food and shelter, helping the red deer avoid predators lurking in the darkness of the deep woods. Under the soft sunlight, deer calves follow their mothers, learning to find fresh grass. Throughout the summer, herds of red deer spend most of their time roaming the meadows, seeking the freshest and tastiest grazing spots. An adult deer needs to consume 15 to 30 pounds, 7 to 14 kilograms of food per day to stay healthy. Weighing between 330 and 600 pounds, 150 to 270 kilograms, the red deer dominates the mountain landscape. Males with their majestic antlers grow stronger during this season. Their antlers are not only a symbol of power, but also an important tool for the upcoming battles in the mating season. Meanwhile, the Aro deer, smaller than the red deer, is more active than ever. Males engage in fierce competitions known as the rut to win the right to mate. They chase and fight each other, rubbing their antlers against trees and emitting loud calls to mark territory and attract females. These battles are not only a display of strength, but also a way to establish dominance within the population. The abundant summer vegetation with fresh grass, tender leaves, and nutritious buds helps the roe deer accumulate the necessary energy. The abundance of plant life in the subalpine zone is vital for their health and population growth. They often feed early in the morning and late in the afternoon to avoid the heat of the day, while during the day they hide in the dense forests to rest and protect themselves from lurking predators. The red fox is an expert and opportunistic hunter that thrives as nature becomes vibrant and abundant. Although they tend to be solitary, summer is when fox kits grow and begin to learn survival skills from their mothers. They venture out of their dens, exploring the surroundings and learning to hunt. The mother fox acts as a guide, teaching her kits how to hunt, forage, and defend themselves against threats. As an omnivore, the red fox is very adaptable in its diet. Throughout the summer, it hunts mice, bird chicks, lizards, and insects, using its ability to jump up to 3 feet high to effectively catch small rodents hiding underground. In addition to hunting, they also eat berries and forest fruits, ensuring they maintain their energy levels and prepare for the difficult times ahead. Meanwhile, the European badger becomes more active at night. At twilight, the badger uses its keen sense of smell to detect a variety of food sources such as earthworms, insects, roots, and occasionally small animals. Earthworms make up the bulk of its diet, with approximately 60% of its food intake coming from this source. A badger can consume 1.5 to 2 pounds of earthworms per night, which is equivalent to about 200 worms. Badgers often forage in damp areas where insects and earthworms are easier to find. The dense meadows and forest edges in the subalpine zone are ideal places for their hunts. With its strong claws, the badger digs deep into the ground to find roots and tubers as an additional food source. During the summer, the European badger not only concentrates on foraging, but also on preparing for the next spring's mating season. Males and females engage in courtship rituals, often forming long-term associations. They live in large family groups with complex social structures, sharing extensive underground burrow systems. A burrow system can have up to 50 entrances and is regularly renovated and lined with dry grass and leaves during the summer. These burrows are not only shelters but also fortresses against predators and severe weather, helping them survive in the challenging conditions of the mountain zone. As the summer days pass, the Swiss Alps welcome a moment of magical transition. The coniferous forests and high meadows light up with vibrant shades of red, orange, and gold. The landscape is dramatically transformed, like a living painting where nature and time converge. Rains begin to fall more frequently. The air becomes cooler. vegetation slows its growth, gradually entering dormancy. Wildlife quickly feels these changes. The entire ecosystem feels the urgency of the approaching season. Autumn in the subalpine zone paints a colourful natural scene. The leaves of deciduous trees turn bright yellow, while lower vegetation such as ferns and mosses dress in deep brown tones. Daytime temperatures remain pleasant, but when night falls, the cold sets in, sometimes dropping below freezing. Autumn brings a slow but energetic transformation, as both the landscape and its inhabitants prepare for nature's next challenges. Autumn is also an important period for the raccoon. Although native to North America, these animals were originally introduced to Germany for their fur, but have gradually spread to Switzerland. Now, the raccoon has adapted well to the new environment, especially around Lake Geneva. In autumn, raccoons concentrate on accumulating energy by consuming a diverse diet. As omnivores, they hunt small animals, collect berries, nuts, and even catch small fish or shrimp from nearby streams. They have the unique behavior of washing their food with their paws, which helps them process food more effectively, especially when they obtain it from aquatic environments. In addition to feeding, autumn is also when raccoons reinforce their shelters. They often seek out tree hollows, caves, or abandoned structures to create safe refuges before the cold arrives. According to a 2024 report from the University of Zurich, the raccoon has expanded rapidly in the subalpine zone thanks to its high adaptability and the abundant food source in autumn. However, the Swiss Mammal Research Institute warns that the growing raccoon population could threaten native species due to competition for resources and their superior survival skills in the Swiss Alps. As cold winds announce the arrival of winter, gathering food becomes the top priority for the red squirrel. They spend most of their time collecting pine cones, hazelnuts, and walnuts from coniferous and deciduous trees, then carefully hide them underground or in tree hollows. With an exceptional memory, the red squirrel can precisely remember where it buried its food even when snow covers the ground. However, about 20 to 30% of the nuts are never found, germinating and contributing to forest regeneration. Autumn is not the mating season, but the phase in which the red squirrel builds up fat reserves to survive the winter. An adult individual generally weighs between 10 and 14 ounces and can gain weight thanks to the abundant food sources of autumn. Around September, the European goldfinch gathers in small flocks of 10 to 20 individuals and begins its migration. It is one of the most beautiful small birds in Europe, appearing in many Italian Renaissance paintings. Most of the population in the Swiss Alps migrates south, flying through valleys like the Rhone and Lauterbrunnen toward the Mediterranean, where the climate is warmer and food sources are more abundant. During this journey, they often fly low to avoid snowy peaks while searching for remaining seeds from autumn vegetation. Unlike the goldfinch, the great tit is only partially migratory. Some individuals leave, while others, especially males, stay in the mountain areas if the weather is not too severe. These individuals must build up fat reserves to survive the winter, relying on nuts, dried fruits, and occasionally small insects to supplement protein. The ability to find and store food becomes vital when nighttime temperatures can drop below 32 degrees Fahrenheit, 0 degrees Celsius. In the high areas of the Alps, autumn brings a clear change. Temperatures drop to between 20 degrees Fahrenheit and 40 degrees Fahrenheit, and the forest gradually gives way to high-altitude meadows and resilient vegetation like wormwood and edelweiss. Greyish-brown tones contrast with white snow and blue sky, creating a landscape that is both majestic and serene. The meadows become the last food source for herbivores before they move to lower regions. This is also the time when male ibexes, who lived separately in summer, return to the herd to establish their dominance before the mating season. Fierce horn clashes echo through the cliffs. Their horns can measure up to 3 feet long and weigh around 30 pounds. Only the winners earn the right to mate in late autumn. Autumn is the period of maximum activity for the Alpine marmot. They actively feed on grass, roots and seeds to accumulate fat for their long hibernation period. Alongside foraging, marmots dig and repair burrow systems up to 22 feet deep, lined with dry grass and straw to stay warm. Living in family groups, they share the underground system and maintain sentinels that emit warning calls upon detecting predators like the golden eagle or Eurasian lynx. As winter approaches in the high mountains, the Eurasian lynx begins to range more widely, closing an autumn season full of fluctuations in the alpine ecosystem. This is the time when they expand their hunting territory and accumulate energy for the coming winter. The territory of a Eurasian lynx can extend from 40 to 100 square miles depending on prey density and terrain conditions. The Eurasian lynx mainly targets species such as roe deer and chamois. In autumn, these prey are busy accumulating energy for winter, which makes them easier targets due to reduced vigilance. The lynx is not limited to large animals, but also hunts smaller creatures like marmots and hares, to ensure a steady food supply when larger prey is scarce. In the dim light of autumn, the Eurasian lynx excels at hunting. They are most active at dawn and dusk, when low light conditions help them hide. The Eurasian lynx is the largest wild cat in Europe, weighing 40 to 70 pounds and measuring 32 to 51 inches long. Its strong body, long legs and wide feet allow the lynx to move gracefully through steep, snowy mountain terrain. In the glacier zone, the temperature drops drastically, ranging from 28 degrees Fahrenheit to 40 degrees Fahrenheit, marking the end of the warm summer months when the ice melts. Ice and snow gradually return, covering the high peaks and glaciers. Streams fed by meltwater in summer begin to dry up as snow covers the ground, creating a pristine and silent landscape. This phase is challenging for the ecosystem, with sunlight diminishing and temperatures falling rapidly. Large lakes like Lake Geneva and Lake Thun partially freeze. Birds and animals adapting to these severe conditions begin preparing to migrate to find food and escape the piercing cold of the coming winter. Autumn in the glacier zone is a unique period when flocks of migratory birds from the north congregate here. Their journey from cold regions like Scandinavia and Siberia creates a lively scene amidst the snow and valleys. Among them, the hawfinch begins its migration from September to November, taking advantage of the abundant food source before continuing its journey south. Climate change has accelerated this process. The number of hawfinches migrating through the Swiss Alps has increased by 15% in the last 5 years, as severe winters in the north push them to seek richer food sources. The hawfinch relies on berries from plants such as hawthorn, mistletoe and rowan, which thrive in the glacier zone. Particularly around the Rhone Glacier region, large flocks of hawfinches, sometimes numbering in the hundreds, search for berries along wild shrubs and trees. They blend into the virgin landscape, creating a natural dance between the cold, where white snow and life intertwine. Autumn is also when the ptarmigan begins its transition process from its light brown summer coat to pure white plumage, to blend in with the snowy landscape of the glacier zone. This white coat not only serves as perfect camouflage, but is also an insulating layer that keeps them warm during the cold days of late autumn. The ptarmigan also tends to create small trails in the snow, hiding near large rocks and shrubs to avoid predators like the golden eagle and Eurasian lynx. As autumn progresses, the ptarmigan moves to lower altitudes where the snow is shallower, and food sources such as grass and shrubs are more accessible. They often take refuge in rocky crevices and areas protected from the wind to avoid the biting cold and heavy snowfalls. This species reduces its activity, especially at night, to conserve energy for the long winter months ahead. From November to March, snowy peaks stretch out like a frozen carpet. In the highest regions, temperatures can drop to minus 22 degrees Fahrenheit, transforming the Swiss Alps into a frozen realm where only the hardiest creatures can survive. In the subalpine zone, temperatures can drop from minus 4 degrees Fahrenheit to 28 degrees Fahrenheit, depending on altitude, covering the ground with a thick layer of snow and ice. The landscape becomes silent. Valleys like Lauterbrunnen lie in white under the snow, with the only faint sound coming from frozen waterfalls falling from cliffs more than 1,640 feet high. Rivers like the Vispa and other mountain rivers continue to flow, but their cold waters are obstructed by thick layers of ice. Fir and spruce forests are covered in white, creating a somber and desolate scene. Fir and deciduous larch trees slow their growth, entering an energy-saving mode. Mountain villages become sparse as residents move to the valleys to avoid the cold. Life persists in silence, constantly struggling to overcome this harsh winter. The subalpine zone, once dense with coniferous forests dominated by fir and spruce, is now covered in snow. Vegetation becomes scarce and streams often freeze. As the temperature falls deeply, the red deer's coat thickens to withstand the cold. Its winter coat consists of 2 layers. A thick outer layer blocks the cold wind, and a soft inner layer of down provides insulation. Red deer move about 3 to 5 miles daily in search of food. They eat not only grass and buds, but also small shrubs. In winter, red deer tend to form larger herds to improve protection against predators. Meanwhile, the red squirrel seems to face fewer challenges thanks to its clever foraging habits in autumn. It depends on the pine cones, hazelnuts, and walnuts it has intelligently stored in tree hollows, under leaf litter, or buried underground. A red squirrel may store thousands of nuts and cones as a temporary food source, providing energy throughout the cold winter. In old structures or abandoned roofs, the barn owl can sometimes be found taking refuge. In winter, the snowy landscape makes hunting more challenging, but the owl has adapted well. Its diet consists mainly of small rodents like voles and mice, which are nocturnal prey. The barn owl possesses extremely sensitive hearing. Its asymmetrical ears allow it to precisely locate its prey even when they are hidden under thick layers of snow. They can detect the sound of their prey at a distance of 10 feet, even when buried under snow. With its ability to fly without making a sound, the owl glides through the night using its specially adapted plumage to approach its prey without being detected. In the extreme conditions of winter, the great tit develops a special survival mechanism. It is the phenomenon of torpor, lowering its body temperature at night to conserve energy. This adaptation allows the tit to reduce its body temperature to a safe level, helping it withstand the cold while maintaining enough energy to forage during the day. Additionally, the great tit often congregates in small groups to forage and keep warm. This cooperation not only helps them share body heat, but also reduces the risk of being attacked by predators like hawks. Living in groups reduces the winter mortality rate by up to 15%. This strategy is crucial for the survival of this small bird, where agility and adaptability are the key to enduring the harsh environment. At altitudes above 6,500 feet, the landscape is covered by absolute cold. Temperatures drop below 14 degrees Fahrenheit, while fierce winds sweep the peaks, covering everything with a white and silent layer. The peak of the Matterhorn rises majestically, standing firm as a frozen symbol of this land. A massive amount of snow covers the ground, reaching depths of up to 13 feet at altitudes above 8,000 feet, creating a spectacular landscape. Low-growing vegetation seems to bow before nature's harshness. Beneath the thick layer of snow, life continues. Although more challenging than ever, animals must adapt, depending on fat reserves to survive the long winter months, silently awaiting the rebirth of spring. During the winter, the Alpine marmot depends entirely on hibernation to conserve energy. Its hibernation period begins in late September or early October and extends until April or May the following year. During this time, the Alpine marmot stops all activities, lowering its body temperature from a normal level of 100 degrees Fahrenheit to around 41 degrees Fahrenheit, reducing its metabolic rate to the minimum. Meanwhile, the chamois adopts a migration strategy to lower altitudes to avoid deep snow. Its main food sources are dry grass, small shrubs, and moss growing on slopes with less snow. They look for areas where the wind has blown away the snow layer, revealing the dry grass underneath. In response to the decline in food sources, the chamois reduces its activity to conserve energy. They spend most of their time resting, moving only when strictly necessary to search for food. In recent years, the grey wolf from Italy has begun expanding its territory into the high mountains of the Swiss Alps. This species, which once went extinct in Switzerland, has returned thanks to conservation efforts, re-establishing its role in the Alpine ecosystem. In winter, when alpine temperatures can drop below -4 degrees Fahrenheit, the grey wolf faces extreme conditions. Its thick double-layered coat, a soft inner layer of down for warmth and a thick outer layer for protection, allows it to withstand the extreme cold. However, its greatest challenge in winter is not the cold, but the scarcity of prey. To survive, the grey wolf must patrol larger areas, hunting large herbivores. At this time, the grey wolf mainly hunts red deer and chamois. Deep snow slows the movement of these herbivores, making them easier targets for wolves. Wolves often hunt in small packs of 4 to 6 individuals. They use a stalking strategy, using the snow as cover, and then chase the prey until it is exhausted. Although the grey wolf is an apex predator, it still faces many challenges. Its presence not only affects herbivore populations, but also helps restore the balance of the ecosystem. According to the Swiss Wolf Group in 2024, the wolf's return has helped regulate herbivore populations, contributing to the recovery of plant species in the Alps. However, they also pose challenges in livestock protection, as wolf packs occasionally hunt sheep and goats in nearby grazing areas. Starting in autumn, the mountain hare begins to molt its coat, completing this process in early winter. Its pure white coat allows it to blend perfectly with the snowy landscape, providing excellent camouflage against predators. This winter coat is also twice as thick as the summer coat, offering better insulation and acting as a natural shield against the extreme cold. In winter, when plant life is scarce, the mountain hare changes its diet, focusing on tougher vegetation, bark, and shrub buds. It often has to dig through the snow to find roots and shrubs, consuming about 1 to 2 pounds of food per day, even when food sources are limited. This snow-digging behavior is essential for finding food, but consumes a lot of energy, making it crucial to build up enough fat reserves in autumn to endure the long winter. In the midst of this harsh environment, the golden eagle demonstrates its incredible strength and survival skills. As temperatures drop deeply and snow covers the peaks, food sources become scarce, forcing this predator to hunt larger prey to meet its nutritional needs. Winter is the season when animals such as the mountain hare, Alpine marmot, and even weak or young chamois can become primary targets. When deep snow covers the terrain, herbivores move more slowly and are more vulnerable, providing favorable hunting opportunities for the golden eagle. Its wingspan reaches up to 7.5 feet, allowing the eagle to glide effortlessly in the sky, flying for hours without spending much energy. The golden eagle uses this gliding ability to scan vast areas for prey, observing from above before making a quick and decisive attack. The eagle can detect its prey from a distance of up to 2 miles thanks to its sharp eyesight. Once the target is identified, the eagle can dive at an incredible speed, up to 120 miles per hour. With its powerful and sharp claws, it attacks with precision, quickly subduing its prey. Although the golden eagle is an apex predator, it also adjusts its behavior to conserve energy. In winter, its hunting frequency may decrease by approximately 30% compared to summer, when food is more abundant. This energy-saving strategy is vital for the eagle's survival on extremely cold days, when constant flight can quickly deplete precious energy reserves. Winter in the glacier zone of the Swiss Alps reveals a majestic and icy landscape. Cold winds cut through the air, pushing the temperature to drop far below -22 degrees Fahrenheit, plunging the region into the harshness of winter. A thick layer of snow, more than 3 feet deep, covers everything like an infinite white carpet. Iconic peaks like the Matterhorn and Dufour Pizza stand firm, rising above the frozen sky, creating a towering and impressive landscape. The glacier, more than 14 miles long, moves slowly through the ages with its pristine ice surface shimmering under the weak sun. The glacier zone in winter is a dramatic scene where the forces of nature and life merge in a cold silence. Large lakes like Lake Geneva and Lake Thun partially freeze, but thanks to the flow of glaciers, there are still areas of water that remain unfrozen. These open water spots become important feeding and shelter sites for the mute swan during the harsh winter. According to a 2023 report from the Swiss Federal Office for the Environment, the number of swans on the frozen lakes of the glacier zone has increased slightly compared to the previous year. This demonstrates the high adaptability of this bird to the icy environment. The mute swan has several physiological characteristics that help it adapt to the cold. Weighing up to 26 pounds and with a wingspan of up to 8 feet, the swan uses its large size and dense plumage to keep warm and maintain its body temperature in extreme conditions. Its waterproof plumage and a layer of insulating fat help it retain heat while moving over icy waters. In particular, a circulatory mechanism called countercurrent heat exchange in its legs allows the swan to walk on ice without losing too much heat, protecting vital body parts. Although aquatic vegetation becomes scarce, the unfrozen lakes in the glacier zone still provide enough nutrients for the swan. The migration of small fish to shallow waters has especially helped this species maintain its energy levels during the harshest moments of winter. When spring arrives in the Swiss Alps, the entire range awakens from its long sleep under snow and ice. From March to June, the melting ice from the high peaks flows into the valleys, bringing with it crystal clear and shimmering streams. The temperature increases gradually, oscillating between 35 degrees Fahrenheit and 55 degrees Fahrenheit, infusing new life into the mountains and forests. Green meadows stretch out like velvet, welcoming the first sun, opening a new life cycle after the harsh winter. This transformation is not just the thaw, but a sign that life is reviving throughout the alpine ecosystem. The heat creates conditions for small fish to thrive, the main food source of the great crested grebe. This remarkable waterbird enters the breeding season with impressive courtship displays, famous for its water dance ritual, where pairs stretch their necks and move in sync. After pairing, they build floating nests with grass and plant material in shallow waters near the shore. Each pair lays 3 to 5 eggs, and they take turns incubating them, ensuring the safety of the next generation. Spring also marks the mating season of the mute swan. They build their nests near the water's edge along lakes and streams, where low grass and shrubs help protect the eggs and chicks. According to an international bird conservation organization in 2023, the mute swan population in the Swiss Alps is strictly protected, especially around Lake Geneva. Although the chick mortality rate remains high, conservation efforts have helped the population recover gradually. The mallard, a common aquatic species, also begins its mating season. The male, with its bright plumage, performs courtship displays before pairs find lake shores or wetlands to nest. Each female lays 8 to 12 eggs, which are incubated for about 28 days. Upon birth, the ducklings quickly learn to swim and forage under the mother's guidance, eating aquatic plants, invertebrates, and small fish. In the subalpine zone, the landscape becomes more vibrant as the snow melts. Crystal clear streams and lakes nourish the vegetation. Valleys like Zermatt and Lauterbrunnen are spectacularly transformed, with waterfalls like the Staubach more than 980 feet high falling in the middle of the fresh green background. Temperatures ranging from 32 degrees Fahrenheit to 50 degrees Fahrenheit create conditions for crocuses to bloom and the red fox's hunting season to open. The red fox is omnivorous, hunting mice, birds and insects, and enters the breeding season. After a gestation period of approximately 49 to 55 days, the mother fox gives birth to 4 to 6 kits in well-protected dens. The male hunts and brings food, while the mother teaches the kits hunting skills. With sensitive hearing, they can detect the smallest movement underground and use their characteristic pounce to catch their prey. As vegetation revives, the roe deer moves from higher altitudes to lower areas to seek food. Once considered extinct in Switzerland, this species has returned thanks to effective conservation. They eat fresh grass, tender buds and leaves weighing 40 to 66 pounds. Spring is a crucial time for reproduction. The mother roe deer usually gives birth to 1 to 3 fawns and hides them in shrubs or tall grass. Mainly active at dawn and dusk, roe deer play an essential role in the alpine ecosystem. The Eurasian hoopoe, a rare species in Switzerland, returns to the subalpine zone in spring to breed. With their vibrant plumage and crown-like crest, they need open areas rich in insects to forage. Lake Lugano, with its warm climate and diverse ecosystem, is an ideal breeding ground. The young are cared for by their parents for 25 to 30 days before becoming independent. High above, peaks like the Scientis at over 8,200 feet and the Matterhorn at 14,692 feet rise into the blue sky as snow and ice melt slowly under the warm sun. This is the magnificent image of spring, when new life spreads throughout the Alps. Spring is also the mating season for the Alpine ibex and the chamois. Alpine ibex kids can climb just a few hours after birth, which helps them avoid predators on vertical cliffs. A 2024 study from the University of Zurich showed that the survival rate of kids depends largely on spring weather conditions. With the chamois, kids are usually born in late spring, when grass and wildflowers are abundant. They are born in less disturbed areas to avoid the golden eagle and Eurasian lynx. If spring arrives early and vegetation grows well, the survival rate of kids increases markedly. Conversely, a late thaw or sudden blizzards can put them in grave danger. Beneath the towering peaks of the Swiss Alps, nature is gradually losing its balance. Human encroachment is changing the landscape, reducing habitat, and directly threatening wildlife. As temperatures increase, vegetation struggles to regenerate. Food sources become scarce, and winter is no longer a safe haven. The struggle for survival now becomes a relentless race against the changing climate and the pressure of human activity. Climate change, heavily influenced by humans, is severely affecting the ecosystem of the Swiss Alps, transforming the majestic landscape into a place facing extreme changes. Glaciers are melting rapidly, washing away the fragile hope of many species. According to the World Glacier Monitoring Service, in 2023 glaciers in Switzerland lost 6% of their ice volume in just 1 year, double the speed of previous years. The ptarmigan, which depends on the thick layer of snow for camouflage, faces challenges as snow melts earlier in spring and is thinner in winter. By losing its natural protection, it becomes vulnerable to predators. According to the Swiss Federal Institute for Forest, Snow and Landscape Research, the ptarmigan population has decreased by 10% in the last 5 years. Rising temperatures also force species like the ibex and chamois to move to higher altitudes in search of the necessary cold, where food is scarce and habitat continues to shrink. Scientists from the Worldwide Fund for Nature Switzerland warn that if this trend continues, the ibex population could decrease by up to 20% in the next 50 years. Climate change also increases the frequency of extreme weather events such as blizzards, avalanches, and landslides, threatening both wildlife and humans. Avalanches not only devastate the landscape, but also destroy the Alpine marmot's burrow system. A 2023 study by the Federal Institute of Technology Zurich recorded that many individuals were trapped and died due to avalanches. Tourism plays an important role in the Swiss economy, especially in the Alps. But the expansion of ski resorts and tourist infrastructure is causing a negative impact on the ecosystem. According to the International Union for Conservation of Nature, in 2023, the construction of cable cars, hotels and resorts caused the loss of 5% of the forest area in the subalpine and alpine zones over the last decade, leading to the decline of habitat for red deer, chamois and ptarmigan. Changes in water management and resource exploitation also pose great challenges for species that depend on aquatic environments. Rivers like the Rhine, once home to the barbel and the Danube salmon, are experiencing a decline in flow due to hydroelectric dams and water diversion. A study by the Federal Institute of Technology Zurich in 2023 showed that the summer flow of the Rhine River has decreased by 15% compared to the average of the last 2 decades, making living conditions for the Danube salmon more severe and pushing this species closer to the danger of extinction in Switzerland. These figures only reflect the tip of the iceberg, as degradation often occurs more silently and severely. The future of the alpine ecosystem is not only found in scientific reports, but also depends on the awareness, choices, and responsibility of humans today. To truly understand climate change, we must look deeper into the causes created by humans themselves. From industrial activities and waste to over-exploitation of resources. Nature only has the capacity to self-regulate within certain limits, and when that system is damaged, the fragile balance will gradually disappear. To respond to environmental challenges and human impact, many conservation programs have been implemented to protect the ecosystem in the Swiss Alps. A notable initiative is the ice tower technology, which builds artificial ice towers in winter to store water for summer. These ice towers not only help maintain water supply, but also slow the rate of ice melt. According to the Federal Institute of Technology Zurich 2024, these ice towers have reduced the melt rate of major glaciers by an additional 10% compared to unprotected areas. Geotechnical engineering technology with white cover sheets placed over glaciers in summer also helps reduce the melt rate, protecting the precious ice masses of the Morteratsch Glacier. A report from the Swiss Federal Institute for Forest, Snow and Landscape Research records a reduction of up to 50% in the volume of melted ice, contributing to the survival of species that depend on meltwater like the barbel and the Danube salmon. The reforestation program in the Alps has also made significant progress. The Swiss government committed to restoring 10,000 hectares of native forests by 2025, creating habitats for birds like the chaffinch and nutcracker. The restored forest area increased by 8% in 2023, contributing to a 15% increase in the red squirrel population in the subalpine zone. Ecotourism is also emerging as a sustainable solution. The number of visitors participating in activities such as hiking and climbing increased by 15% in 2023, reducing pressure on sensitive areas. The Alpine marmot, a rodent that depends on underground burrow systems, has seen a 5% increase in its population, a positive sign for the future. The story of the recovery of the Eurasian lynx in the Swiss Alps is a great source of inspiration in the journey of wildlife conservation. Once hunted to extinction in the late 19th century, this powerful predator disappeared from Switzerland. However, in 1971, the lynx reintroduction program brought hope by returning lynxes from the Romanian Carpathians to the forests of the Swiss Alps. With support from the Worldwide Fund for Nature and the International Union for Conservation of Nature, 14 lynxes were released in the Alps and the Jura. The story of the Eurasian lynx's recovery is a vivid example that with effort and unity, we can protect these valuable animals and preserve the fragile ecosystem. However, conservation efforts cannot be limited to a single species or be the responsibility of a single organization. They are continuous efforts that require the participation of every individual, family, and the entire community. Every small action makes a big difference. You can support ecotourism and choose the route with the least impact on nature. Additionally, you can join conservation, reforestation, and protection projects for the creatures living in the Alps. Furthermore, educating and raising awareness among the younger generation is the way to sow seeds of hope for the future. Spread the message of conservation like the flowing streams of meltwater, bringing life to all. Have you ever been immersed in the valleys and waterfalls or admired the majestic peaks of the Swiss Alps? If so, do not hesitate to share your experience in the comment section below. The information and emotions you share can contribute to spreading a meaningful message about nature and wildlife conservation in the Swiss Alps, preserving this natural beauty for future generations. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the notification bell to join us in more wonderful adventures, where nature's stories still wait to be told.